Good morning, it's April 24th of 23. This has to be, I think it's Good Earth Day, Saturday anyway. So we'll try not to spill any or leak any oil or contaminants onto the darn ground. Try that out. We've been pretty successful in that, but there's always a chance with these old machines. There's always a spill in a can or whatever, but try our best. We'll keep her cleaned up. Today we're going to try getting this steering clutch basket off of the final drive axle here, the pinion drive. We're going to have to take those two external bolts that hold that locking device on and back that big nut off. And then we'll have to get some ready rod or something to accommodate my puller. This is a 20-ton jack. I don't know if it's going to be enough. I watched other videos and it wasn't enough. They had to go to some sort of maybe a 30-ton or something like that. But anyway, we're going to have this crossbar going across with some long ready rod going through, bolting it to those holes that are vacated with the short bolts, and then we'll apply the 20-ton jack between the axle, end of the axle, and this it's pretty skookum, this here crossbar. So anyway, we'll get her all set up and come on back. Well, there's the locking bolts and nut or keeper off. Now we just got to get the big socket on there and see if we can back that off. More than one way to skin a cat when you got limited tools and ability. So that's loose. Just got to bring it back to the end of the axle shaft. Now we'll get, I'm going to try ready rod or all thread rod, whatever, long enough to go in the holes, come out here, put that bar in, jack in between, push up against there. Well, this is what we got. We're going to try this out. It doesn't look like it's going to be too successful, but I got the this ready rod run in full thread into the hubs. Comes back. It's not a big enough spread for the jack, but this bar spreads the rods out, so they're a little bit of an angle. And I got double nuts over here on I didn't have any proper washer back up there, so I just used those plates that had holes in them, strong enough there to hold any resistance. But anyway, the jack is inverted and it already doesn't pump on its side like that, so I'm just going to start up the old forklift and put this assembly on the ground, standing up, leaning against the forks, and then try pumping some pressure again. going to work out all right. And I'm just going to hang some coveralls, etc., across there, and then I'm going to have to try to operate that jack. Yeah, and it's going to pump now that it's standing up, so we'll try our best and see if we can get this pressured up and busted free, but we'll wrap it first. Got an old pair of winter coveralls. Hopefully if there's any parts flying off the jack or anything, it'll get captured in there. I think she busted something. I think we got her. I'm just going to take it apart, lay it down, and I'll take it apart, I guess. And I'll just lay these out, actually. So yeah, she's pulled off of there, so I'm going to take all that apart, and then we'll get set up. We'll start pulling those keepers out of the springs and shafts there. Okay, we got it set up here to extract the keepers off those springs, and I got this handy dandy thing. At first glance you would think it's an authentic Caterpillar tool, but no, it's not. It's just something my fabric cobbled together. 10-inch C-clamp, and it'll compress the springs. The keeper will come out. But to get the tool in there, I got to remove this bearing and keeper off. But to do that, got to take this nut off, and apparently it's been welded. So I'm gonna have to cut the with the angle grinder, cut these welds off so as I can actually back this nut off. Oh, I think it's turning, eh?
Yeah. Yeah, that's loose.
Just got to hit it twice in the same spot.
So I suppose the other one will be welded too, eh?
No, don't take. I'm not taking the other side apart.
Oh,
just this side.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because this was
is the bad side. Well, it's still usable, but there's the stake pin. It's supposed to be matched up with that on the nut, but they probably lost it and welded it solid. So we'll just kind of buff it up later and deal with it that way. That welding kind of wrecks a lot of shit.
Put the bar in again?
Yep. It doesn't sound the greatest, but we're just going to reuse it. Okay, now we got these exposed. I'm just going to turn that this drum over. Get rid of those things. There. Now we'll try out this here pretty fancy compressor. That's one keeper out. There's the second one. So there's one out, 7 to go. Here we go. Last one. So far so good. We haven't lost anything, no keepers, springs or washers, and nothing has exploded on us. That should release now, eh? Maybe it won't fall out, but okay, there's the last one. Successfully, no damage to any equipment or people. Now, I know what comes off. I think this lifts out. Are you able to grab by your fingers? Yeah. There's the basket out, and it's all, these fibers are, well, they're actually worn down. They're almost worn to the rivets, but they're saturated in oil. So I'm just going to take them all off. And I got another set in the sea can. I'll just keep the steels, but I'll replace the fibers. I cleaned out this hole, but I can't thread it. So what I'm going to do, I got my new set bolt to act as a dowel in that bearing. I backed up that nut to go up on it, and I'm going to just tuck it in there like that and do like they had before. I'm just going to weld the nut to the casting. Then I'll be able to screw the set bolt in and out just to retain that bearing inside there. It has this area already put in from factory to use a dowel to lock it in from turning around in the casting. So that we got that is going on. This is the seal that came in the parts run that fits in there in this casting. I took the old one out already, which is here. And then it goes in like this. Yeah, that one came out. So this goes in like that. We'll get a little bit of a hammer or mallet. Just like that, it's in there. So we got all that fixed up. Now we're still waiting for our bearing races. So just like that, we got all as far as we can go. I got to dig out my clutch packs and clean them up and get them ready to install back on that steering clutch pack. And we got the seal in this flange. We got that new in the mail. Still waiting for the bearing races, and that'll be another episode, I guess. I don't know when they're going to come, next week sometime, but and we'll get that, and then we can maybe get this machine back together. Okay, we'll catch up to you later.